So now, I go to this conference last week. Now, mind you, I gave you the cheat code 3 months ago when I was in California. I go to the conference last week, and the guy is talking about the actual what do you do. Now, I gave you the cheat code. You actually, you write it down, you see it, you take a minute, think about it, and then come up with the emotion and you start to, okay, so I gave you a mechanism of how to do it, okay? So when I say mechanism, it's like this. Somebody can tell you, oh, if you want to lose weight, you got to go to the gym. But they ain't really telling you what to do, right? Like when you go to the gym, what do I do? Do I swim? Do I go play racquetball at the gym? Do I lift weights at the gym? Do I run on the treadmill? What do I do at the gym? Y'all with me? So the mechanism, somebody can tell you to go to the gym, but you don't have the mechanism. What do I do at the gym? What's the mechanics that I do at the gym? What's the mechanism? Okay? So they'll give you the whole picture, but not really, because they tell us, oh, if you want something, just manifest it. That's this. That's the go to the gym. When I gave you the cheat code, that's a mechanism. That's the actual mechanics for how to manifest. At this conference, bro gave us an even tighter mechanism. Okay? So now, what I'm finna give you is when you go to the gym, I want you to run on the treadmill for 20 minutes, and then I want you to do 10 minutes of weightlifting. That is a mechanism, the actual what do I do, okay? So just saying manifest is too generic. Just saying go to the gym is too generic, right? And it's surface level. It's like, but what do I do once I get to the gym? How do I manifest? So what I'm going to do is I gave you the cheat code, okay? He gave a tighter, more stronger mechanism, okay? So now, I got to break down the human body to you guys to explain what he taught us. Okay. Now, some of y'all know when I was at UCLA, I was pre-med. Okay. My major was psychobiology. I was pre-med. I was supposed to be going to medical school, right? But I tripped and fell over and teaching in South Central LA. I loved it so much. I was teaching science and math. I loved it so much. I decided not to go to medical school, but I still have a medical background. So I know the human body. So I'm going to teach you guys the mechanism that he taught us, but I got to give you some background. Okay, so you know that the part of your brain up here is called the neocortex, prefrontal cortex, the neocortex, right? Back here, I always call it the lizard brain. It's the older part of your brain, okay? Y'all know that there's a pineal gland in here as well. So I've always heard, Shell, good. I've always heard activate your third eye. I've heard that. But again, that's one of those go to the gym. That's one of those manifest. Activate your third eye. Well, shit, how? How do I activate? What's the mechanism to activate my third eye? Dude gave me the mechanism. Here's what he said. So now, you know you got the brain, and you, right, Gina, right? You with me, right? So you know you got the spinal column, right? The spinal column goes all the way down to your butt, okay? The spinal column, and then you got the ribs coming off of it, right? Cool. Now, inside of the spinal column, there is a liquid. Who knows what that liquid is called? There we go. That's the perfect way to say it. There we go. First person to say it. Cerebral spinal fluid. Okay, that is the liquid that is inside of your spinal column. Okay, that's the liquid inside. Okay, cerebral spinal fluid, CSF. Okay, Gina said, add it to notes. My girl. So, what he taught us was the cerebral spinal fluid that goes all throughout your spinal column. It ends in the third ventricle of the brain. Now, I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. I thought there were ventricles in the heart. I didn't really realize there were I didn't remember there were ventricles in the brain. I didn't remember that part, but that's okay. Okay, what's going on, Lance? How you doing? So, inside of the third ventricle of the brain, So it's a little area where it's like an opening. It's like a little cavity, a little area that's an open area. Okay, all right. So at the top of the cerebral, at the top of the brainstem, okay, it leads to a little opening. That's the third ventricle of the brain. In the top of the third ventricle is the pineal gland. Okay, so the pineal gland, if you think about the spinal column, all right, so it goes all the way up. Let me wait. Y'all know I teach with stuff. Spinal column. Y'all know I like to teach with stuff so y'all can see. I can educate even better. Okay, so our spinal column. Okay, now it's like a tube going up here. Okay, our spinal column, there's like a tube that goes up the middle. The tube is filled with CSF, cerebral spinal fluid. Okay, so what happens is, thank you. I appreciate that. So what had happened was the cerebral spinal fluid, it ends in a little cavity, a little area where it's open. And at the top of that opening, right around, I'm just pointing because I'm trying to give you an idea. At the top of this cavity, and again, I have to show you a brain to show it to you, but I'm just giving you an idea so you can go with me. So at the top of this cavity, this opening where the fluid comes up, the pineal gland is sitting like right here at the top. Okay? All right. So now, the guy tells us the way for you to activate your third eye, your pineal gland, is you have to basically take your cerebral spinal fluid and make it rush to the top of your spinal column where the pineal gland is. Okay? So imagine if you had a straw, right? You're sipping up water in a straw. Okay? So imagine your cerebral spinal, imagine this. Imagine this thing, the little column inside of there. Imagine that it's a straw. Okay? So what you need to do, here's the right, Shell? I had to like, wait a minute, I teach with visuals. I'm a better teacher than this. Right. And Zuma's like, how do you do that? I'm so glad you asked. Oh my God. So anyway, wait, slow down, let me get there. So imagine that this is a straw running from here to here. It's a straw. And inside the straw is the cerebral spinal fluid. At the very top is the third ventricle, and at the very top, hanging at the top, is the pineal gland. So how do you get the fluid to go up and get up in here and really do what it's got to do? And here's how you do it. So this is the mechanism. I gave you guys a mechanism. Hey, you're going to see something, put some emotion with it. Cool. The mechanism that you actually can do with your body, the mechanism you do with your actual body to get the fluid to go up the straw and start hitting and pressing on the pineal gland, because you want the fluid to just go and hit the pineal gland and activate the pineal gland. So you want the fluid to go up and hit the pineal gland is hanging out right here. Okay. The pineal, there's a little area, this little space. The pineal gland is hanging right here. You want the fluid to come in and just kind of like water coming on the ocean, like water coming on the beach, how the waves crash onto the beach. You want the waves to, thank you, I appreciate that to bring me first. You want the waves to come and land on the pineal gland. How do you do that? You have to do a specific type of breath. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sitting here like, is that why they tell us to breathe the way they tell us to breathe? Oh my God. So what you do is you have to breathe air out, like, right? And then what you have to do is after you exhale, you have to take all of your muscles and squeeze all of your muscles going from the bottom to the top. So you're squishing the straw from the bottom, you're squishing it to the top. So all the liquid is getting squished because of your muscles as you're going up.